ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
It is Wednesday, August 12th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Our text line is open. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Coming up today, Emily Suter is going to join us. There's a lot going on at Marshall over the last couple of days, as far as from premium spaces that have been announced for both basketball and now football. And so Emily is going to get us caught up on everything. So we'll talk to her in the next few minutes. But until then, we'll leave the phone line open for you. And again, one more time, so you have that number, 304-396-TALK. That is 304-396-8255. Kind of just give you a preview of what we're going to talk about with Emily. Yeah, yesterday we kind of went over some of the things that are happening with the Thundering Herd on basketball nights. We have got a renovated, remodeled Hartley room. We've also got a new space courtside for fans that want to hang out and then high-five the Herd as the team makes the floor. There's also some modifications, some enhancements probably for the Sky Deck, and there's also the Thunder tables and a couple other things that are available to you. Season tickets, of course, are now available for the Thundering Herd. And of course, with that said, also there's going to be some new spaces as well. That's the Big Green Room. We're going to talk to Emily about that because here's the deal. It's been renovated. Now, part of the reason, and I was explaining this today to someone who was highlighting, hey, oh, yeah, you get to do this. I'm like, yeah, the really cool thing about what Marshall's trying to do is that football stadium just pretty much sits empty for most of the year. Now, I know the team's practicing and doing things, and sure, the Shoeys always got someone doing something inside it. The team's using the field football business. But outside of football business, what's going on at Jones C. Edwards Stadium? We had a concert, a season or so ago. That was a great experience. I hope we see more stadium-style concert experiences for Marshall fans or just music fans in general. But the space has been renovated. The Big Green Room has been renovated. And here's what's going to happen here. The space is considered to be a premium experience. There's also going to be a big green buffet. It's an all-you-can-eat dining opportunity. So if you're a chairback ticket holder, all-you-can-eat dining experience. So we're going to talk to Emily about this. Some of the highlights, they came out with the release today, and we'll get the details on this. Fresh paint, updated finishes, new flooring, new branding, new lettering, enhanced game day layout designed to kind of improve comfort and flow. It's basically club level. This is club level now. And this is going to be used, I'm sure, for different events outside of football. So you've got the enhancement there. The Big Green Buffet is a dining experience, and it's $50, $49.99 to be exact, $50 per game. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. You get select non-alcoholic beverages, and service begins 1 hour before kickoff through the start of the third quarter. Sodexo will be the hospitality provider. The menu, I don't have all the details just yet, but we'll find out. So if you purchase chairback seating, access to the Big Green Room will now be reserved exclusively for chairback ticket holders. Chairback ticket holders only can go into the Big Green Room. So we'll find out why that was made the requirement. Chairback season tickets, $625 per seat. That is a $325 season ticket and a $300 per seat contribution to the Big Green Scholarship Foundation. You can get a single game chairback ticket starting at $100. Which does include the access to the Big Green Room. You get the opportunity to purchase the Big Green Buffet. And so Emily's going to join us in a few minutes, Emily Suter. She'll tell us about what this means as far as football is concerned, and we'll go back to basketball and we'll revisit it. I was kind of joking around about, hey, you want the, I didn't want to say bougie experience. You want the bougie experience. It's an elevated experience in the Hartley room. Or if you just want to sit back and hang out with your boys and high-five the herd right before the basketball game, you got the space that's going to be near the locker room. So there's some different options. We'll get into all of that with Emily. So that's going to be the first part of the show. Second part of the show, we're going to deep dive into what's happening across the board for the Thundering Herd. There's some good things that are coming out today that we're really going to get into. I think one of them I want to make sure we talk about, of course, is the fact that Daquan Smith has been named to the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award watch list. I mean, pretty much that's all you really need to know, but he's been named to that award watch list today. Also, Carl Romberg has been named to the preseason All Sun Belt Conference team, so congratulations to him. The women's soccer team will face off soon at home against Morehead State, so we're getting into a lot of activity finally starting to happen as students are coming back to Marshall. Teams are starting to get on the field or the pitch and get into the swing of things. So there's a lot happening around the herd. We're going to get into all of that with you. And, of course, I do want to make sure we hear from you. So our text line 304 is, again, 304-396-8255. 304-396-8255 to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. So I want to talk to Emily as soon as we possibly can. So we're going to come back in a moment with Emily. There's a lot to get into. I'm sure she'll want to talk about season tickets as well. And we will do that, and we will hear from you. It's your Wednesday edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Looking for a secure savings account? Come to Desco Federal Credit Union and explore our latest offers. With great rates and top-of-the-line personnel, Desco insures your money for at least $1 million. Relax and put your money where you know it's safe and growing. Desco Federal Credit Union is located at 1211 Carter Avenue and other locations in Ohio and West Virginia. Stop in or go online. An account at Desco is just what you need. DescoFCU.org.
Hey, Billy, football season is here. Tailgating season starts at the Butcher Shop in Huntington.
Featuring heat and serve items like smoked wings and ribs, plus great tailgate and grilling accessories.
Take your tailgate up a level with the Butcher Shop Butcher Box with all the meats. The Butcher Shop also features ribeyes, sirloins, fillets, pork brisket, chicken ribs, salmon, jumbo shrimp, bone-in pork chops, and all the flavors.
Sauces, spices, and rubs. The Butcher Shop, Route 60 in Huntington, next to Christopher's Eats. Our Kindred Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Black Sheep Harley-Davidson, freedom, power, and the open road are calling. Your dream is here. 408 4th Street in Huntington. Online at blacksheephd.com. Patriot Rentals and Supply. Build better, rent smarter, where the tools for success are right at your fingertips. In Patriot, Ohio.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Miss an episode? Catch it anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We continue with your Wednesday edition. Paul Swann, your host on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. So yesterday, a lot of news came out about upgraded spaces at Marshall University, and more came out today. And I was sitting myself thinking, you know who's coming on tomorrow? I think I manifested it. Emily Suter is joining us now, the Director of Premium Seating, Donor Experience, Special Events. Basically, She does it all at Marshall University, and she's with us now on the program. You've had a busy couple of days, I'm sure, with all the new premium spaces that have been announced for the Thundering Herd.
Is it ever not busy with the herd? I feel like we always have something going on.
Well, you're always busy. I don't know about some of your coworkers, but I know you're always busy.
No, it's a team effort.
You're the most gracious human being possible at Marshall University. No, Emily is fantastic, and we appreciate you coming on the show to talk a little bit about what's going on. You want to start with football, because I know that's the new thing that was announced earlier today, and for $50, pretty much, if you're hungry, the Herd's got an opportunity for you.
Yeah, we're super excited to work with Sodexo and bring some more options to the big green room over in the chairback sections, and offer a buffet for this season. And we've completely renovated the space as well, so it'll look a little different. New paint, new flooring. We've updated some of the branding and the lettering and some decor just to kind of improve the flow of that space as well. So if you're in the chairback section, definitely check it out.
Talk to me about the premium experience, because that seems to be the selling point of the chairback seats and the big green room. Now, in years past, you didn't have to necessarily be a chairback season ticket holder or a ticket holder to take advantage of the big green room. What was the genesis behind trying to turn that into more of a premium space, more of a value for people who, obviously, you're spending a lot more money for that premium space and that premium opportunity if you're in those chairback seats?
Yeah, we've just heard over the years just some of the feedbacks from the people who sit in that section. And like you say, if you're paying for the premium space, we need to provide you with the premium space, essentially. So we're going to crack down on people who can come in and out of that area, just making sure your ticket aligns with the people that are allowed in that section and in the big green room. So you'll have to present your ticket, and then if you buy into the big green buffet option for, like you said, that $50 per person, which that does include the fees and the taxes on it. And so that includes the all-you-can-eat buffet and the non-alcoholic beverages. And so it starts an hour before kickoff, and then it'll run through the start of the third quarter. So
access I'm going to assume access will continue to the big green room after the third quarter, or will you start?
Yeah. So what's going to happen is if you get this ticket to the buffet, you go to one side of the room, which it'll be kind of sectioned off, and so then, which the bathrooms are still open for everybody. We're not cutting that off, but you'd go to one side where you can roam and graze the food and get what you got. And then on the other side of the room will still be the concession stand, and you'll still have access to flow through that side as well.
Okay, so if I don't take advantage of this buffet, but I still want to go into the big green room, I'm a season ticket holder with chair back, I can just go get a concession. I'm good. I'm happy for the day. Or, you know what? The buffet looks really good. A lot of people are going to take advantage of that, so you can go off to the other side. Now, that means there's been a lot of reconfiguration to what the big green room really is, what it looks like, and how traffic's going to flow through that. Could you explain that a little bit more, maybe visualize for people who haven't seen it yet?
Yeah, so everyone will go in through the middle doors, come up through the middle doors, and then either go to the left or the right of the room, depending on if you have the buffet or not. If you're facing the field, the left side of the room is going to be the buffet side, and then the right side of the room is going to be how it has been in the past. And then both of those doors on both sides, the north and south side of the room, you'll be able to leave through that space as well. So and enter through the middle, and then based on if you bought in for the big green buffet, then you'd go to one side. But then even if you want to grab your food and then meet your friends on the other side, that's an option as well. It's not going to be like just cut off depending on where you're going.
So you're not sectioning anyone off. You have to just go, here's this side's going to be your buffet options, and the other side's going to be your concessions. So if I have the buffet option, I grab what I would like, then I can hang out with my friends over on the other side. And it's going to be a little different than years past as far as the seating arrangement. You've changed up everything. We're not talking just about the fixtures and freshening up the room. It's a completely different seating configuration as well. Yeah,
we're going to put some couches in there, make it more of a space people want to visit and be in. So we'll make that. And then based on the feedback we get game one, see what works, see if it's too crowded in one section, and then adjust for game two. So if anybody has any feedback, we're all ears.
I was kind of describing it as, I don't know how many people would know this, but it's basically like your club section, say, at a Cincinnati Bengals game. You use that as a frame of reference for a lot of people. For a lot of people, you have that club room, and this is what it feels like. It's become more of a club room for people that have that chairback section.
Correct. I've never been to a Bengals game, but I have no doubt you're describing it perfectly.
Are you a Bengals fan? That's my first question.
Never one day in my life.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Not for a second.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, Emily. And we're going to move on because the next question would be, which NFL team is your favorite? And I'm afraid of the answer.
I feel like you're right to fear, but I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Have been since birth, and I don't feel like being disowned by my family, so I'm going to say that publicly.
Did you hear just the deflated nature of did you hear that deflated sound that came out of my?
But at the end of the day, we're both Marshall fans.
Okay,
and
fair.
We can
come together.
Bond on that.
We bond on that, absolutely. Okay. So Emily, I don't know which her NFL team is. I don't know anything about.
Yeah,
that.
we can redact that.
We'll redact that.
Forward.
Yeah, we'll keep it in the podcast version, but we're going to move on from that. So season tickets are still available for the chairback section, and they start at $625 per seat, and that breaks down to, as the release came out with earlier, it's $325 per season ticket for the. For you, if it's just you, $325 for the season ticket and the $300 per seat contribution. So basically $625 per person gets you in the chairback section. That gets you access to the big green room. And then if you want to take care of maybe the family for the day and the buffet looks like it's going to be the best option for you, $49.99 per person per game. And it is all-you-can-eat buffet, select non-alcoholic beverages. And it starts 1 hour before kickoff, and the buffet will last through the third quarter, or the start of the third quarter.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, through halftime.
Fantastic. And, of course, you'll be taking a lot of feedback. And you can still go and take advantage of this because this isn't just to season ticket holders. If you purchase a single-game chairback ticket, and that starts at $100. You can add on to the buffet as well if you want to. You get access to the big green room because, again, for those of you maybe who haven't done this before, the chairback section gets access to the big green room, and you will be able to take advantage of the buffet if that's an add-on for you.
Correct, yeah. And even we've had some groups for homecoming that are going to have multiple people. They've gone to our ticket office and created a custom group link and then purchased the single game buffet on top of that. So there's ways to make everybody happy, and so we're looking forward to getting this up and running, and it was a good collaborative team effort to get it going.
So I just to make sure I'm good on that point. For group, this is if you get chairback option as a group, right?
Yes,
okay.
That is an option for your group.
So chairback option for your group also has the availability here if so desired. All right, I just want to make sure that I was clear and that everyone was clear on that. So This seems like it's going to be an exciting perk for a lot of people who are able to, invest in those seats and want that premium experience. But now we go to basketball, and Emily Suter is with us. She is the Director of Premium Seating, Donor Experience, and Special Events. Football doesn't feel like it really got the big upgrade compared to basketball. What's going on at the Cam Henderson Center? There's a lot of paint, a lot of hammers and nails and everything else going on right now to get this place ready for what is going to probably be a completely different experience on game day once the season starts.
Yeah, so for both football and the Cam, we've really focused on how do we enhance the spaces that we already have. So it might not, like at football, we've added the porch, but then we've also completely done our sky suites and everything like that. So just how do we enhance what we already have? And then over in the Cam, the Hartley Room, which has been used in the past for a multitude of things, but typically the tip-off club, that we're completely renovating it, knocking down offices, opening up this space completely, and then Naisha Campbell has just a mind of her own. It's amazing to be in the same room with her and just see how her mind works and everything like that. So the way she can conceptualize a plan before it's ever brought to life is really remarkable. And so she saw the Hartley Room and saw what it could be. And so we're excited to bring that to life and just completely elevate everything in there. Tickets to the Hartley Room will include, which on the release you can kind of see what the idea of the space is, just an open space for people to gather, a bar that will have beer and wine and the mixed drinks, but then also the non-alcoholic pop, water, stuff like that. And then food by a bunch of our locally ran restaurants. So, it's made with love and all the goodness. And then that'll open 2 hours prior to tip-off through the end of halftime. So we're excited to get that going. And then tickets per person are $750 to that.
Explain to me so we kind of get everybody on the same page. Who was able to get in last year and what changes this year? As you mentioned, it's $750 per person, and it used to be for Tip-Off Club members. You don't have to be a member of the Tip-Off Club, but if you were, you've got an early buy-in opportunity, $625 per person for the first year. So I don't have to be a member of the Tip-Off Club. This is completely different. You can be a member of the Tip-Off Club, but you get in, you kind of get in the ground floor since you were a founding member of the Hartley Room. If you were in the Tip-Off Club last year and supported on any level, we will give you kind of a founder's rate, founding members rate of $625 per person for the first year. But if you were not in the Tip-Off Club last year and want to be a part of the Hartley Room this year and kind of see what that all entails, then it is that $750 price point. Okay, so, and again, I just want to be completely clear for maybe people who are hearing about this for the first time. Last year, if you were a Tip-Off Club member, that was just part of being, a Tip-Off Club member.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can support the herd and be in the Tip-Off Club, but this is now going to be a completely different experience, and so it's going to be $750 per person. If you are a Tip-Off Club member, get in now because you get the introductory rate of $625 to get in. So last year, say, I'm not a member of the Tip-Off Club, so I couldn't get in. This year, I could still not be a member of the Tip-Off Club, but if I have a ticket to the game and I put my $750 down, it doesn't matter where I sit. I can sit up really high because I like the view. I don't have the lower bowl, but I still enjoy hanging out with people before the game. $750 to add to my experience. So it doesn't matter, where you're at seating-wise.
Correct. Yeah, and that's for the whole season. So that's a great price point for 4 hours of socializing and food and drinks. So, but I just want to note that if you do have that founding members rate of that $625, you have until October 15th to get that ticket. And then after that price point, or after October 15th, then it'll be $750 for anybody.
Our guest is Emily Suter, Director, Premium Seating, Donor Experience, and Special Events at Marshall University. I was joking about this, and you might get mad at me. I was calling this the bougie experience for Herd fans, because if you don't want this experience, the courtside lounge is completely new. And I'm curious. I see the picture, and I've got a rough idea of what it's going to look like, how big it's going to be. Maybe I'm not so sure yet. But this is completely different. If you don't want to hang out in the Hartley room before the game, instead you want a different experience, this is going to be right near the team entrance from their locker room to the court. And this is very competitive price point for the Herd fans that just want to add to their experience. It's $250 per person. Again, you have to be a ticket holder to take advantage of this, so it's not like some of the other areas. And I want to stress that. What's different about this experience? What makes this stand apart from the Hartley room, or what's different about this that might appeal to someone compared to the Hartley room?
Yeah, so this, you're still kind of in the energy of the CAM. You're not in a closed-off room. So this is an open concept, essentially, and then it includes the game day favorites, so like hot dogs, popcorn, things like that, and then the pop, the water, and then beer and wine. And then, like you said, this is a social time, so it is 2 hours prior to tip-off until the beginning of the game. So it doesn't run and through the end of halftime. But we're excited. This is brand new. This is right across from the men's locker room, so you can still see the court, see them running out, be there to cheer and everything like that. And then kids are welcome in this space. We are making the Hartley room 18 and over. So
that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. It's a good point.
Yeah.
So if I have,
that's why you had me.
Hey, you're the best. Emily Suter is with us, and again, she is the Director of Premium Seating, Donor Experience, and Special Events. So 18 and up is where you want to be for the Hartley room. It's a different experience than this, and it's a different energy. I think the one thing I want to stress with that, now that you bring that up, is that the Hartley room is going to be the only space in the Cam Henderson Center that's going to serve full liquor, right? That's it. That's the space.
Correct.
Okay. And it's fully catered, so there's not a concession stand in. I'm paying for this experience, and it's going to be catered. So I go in, I pay for this experience. I can grab a meal. Refreshments are also included in that price, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so this is a little bit more of a premium experience. Now, again, you bring up that great point. So if you got a family of four, just using the generic family of four, and you've got a couple of kids, you hang out in this space before the game is going to be a lot more kid-friendly, and there's still going to be opportunities for you to feed the family. It's going to be a different menu, though. It's not catered, so you're going to have a concession stand compared to the Hartley room, but you're going to have hot dogs, pretzels, popcorn. Is that just the starter menu? Is that what we're looking at here for this space? Yeah,
so that's going to be for the season. That'll be what you get. That one won't rotate or change. So you'll get the fresh popcorn, hot dogs, and then pretzels in that space.
Okay, and that's not included. That's concession. You want a hot dog?
No, that's included.
Oh, that is okay. I'm glad I asked that. So that is included. Okay, so this
is included. It just does not include your game ticket.
Okay. I tried to stress that yesterday. You don't get a ticket with this, but you get this space and you come in and you can run in. And this is pregame only, so it's right before tip off, because once the team comes out, does this space clear out, or how does that work?
Yeah, we want everybody to kind of migrate to their seats and be there to cheer on the team. So yeah, during the game, this won't be a space.
How big is the space going to be? Because I'm trying to visualize it right now, how you're renovating the space, and I see it from sort of like my back is to the wall, looking out to where maybe the arena is. Do you have a rough idea? How big this space is going to be? How many people this can accommodate? Is there going to be a limit to how many people can hang out here?
I am not I'll ask Andrew Brown, and you're welcome to come check out the space
Fair.
and see it for yourself.
Fair.
But
okay.
My mom always said my eyes were bigger than like I'm not good at the ratios or the sizing, but it'll be big enough for 100 people. That's kind of our goal for the first season.
Okay. That's a good number to kind of help people visualize. And of course, we'll both stay in our lane and make sure that Andrew Brown is not unhappy with us.
Yeah, I don't want to say everybody in the cam can come.
Okay, so
I know that's not right.
So these are limited experiences. So not everybody can take advantage of it because eventually you're going to run out. So if you want this experience, get it now.
Exactly.
Okay, and that is again the courtside lounge, and it's $250 per person. It doesn't include a game ticket, but if you're bringing your family, you show up, hang out before the game, get some hot dogs, popcorn. All of that's included in your ticket. I'm sorry, your purchase into that area. And the reason we mention the tickets because you have a little bit different look this year. The Sky Deck is being branded a little bit differently now. You've got a corporate partner with Dough Daddies. What stayed the same, and what's maybe changing about this space? And I don't remember the price last year, so is the price point the same? And if so, what's included with that?
Yeah, so last year we saw the success of our Dutch Miller deck over at football, and then we have these great suites at basketball that we were like, okay, how can we utilize it? What can we do? Because in the past, it's been a lot of businesses that kind of use those tickets as giveaways to their staff and employees. So what we did last year was if you've had tickets for the last few years, we honored that price, grandfathered them in for the season, and then opened up the Sky Deck last year, which but not at the beginning of the season. So it was kind of a discounted rate. It was $875 last season, but that only included, I think, 10 games, maybe 11 games. So this season it's for all 16 games at the $1,200 per person price, and that does include your game ticket and then food catered by Dough Daddies and then beer and wine and then other like the non-alcoholic pops and waters and stuff like that for the whole game. And that space opens up 1 hour prior.
Okay, so 1 hour prior. The good news about that space is that you're going to be able to be in that space the entire game. You don't have assigned seats, and so you want to sit with your friends. You didn't purchase tickets together, but you want to meet up with your friends. They have access. You have access. And this is limited only to those who purchase the Sky Deck. So, the spaces are going to be dictated by the access you purchase now, not necessarily what's happened in the past. Like, hey, I'm a Big Green member, so everybody gets to go to the Big Green Room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll have to buy into this one, and then it's different. So, compared to the last two things we talked about, the Courtside Lounge and the Hartley Room, those are add-ons to your ticket, but the Dough Daddy Sky Deck is included in your ticket is included in that price.
Okay.
And yeah, like you said, you can move around. If you want to be by the benches one game, you can. If you want to be on the other side where the seats are, you can move game to game. You can move quarter to quarter. So it's it'll be exciting to see it come to life again this year.
Okay.
We're excited about this.
Yeah. So those seats are going to be general admission. Doesn't matter. You get up, unless someone's saving your seat for you. You might lose it if you haven't been in there for a quarter. just the price you pay for moving around, but it's everybody can move around, freely as well. And of course, you can add on to your experience if you want to go hang out in the Hartley Room. But really, you're creating these spaces to be unique experiences. So I want to come to the game an hour early. I've got the sky deck. I can hang out there the entire time. I want to, maybe I want to sit in the bowl, and I want to add the Hartley Room as my experience. I get to hang out in there up until the third period, right? Yeah, just make sure I remember. Yeah. And then, of course, if I want to get there before the game, hang out somewhere before I go to my seat, you have the courtside lounge. So, again, all of this is on herdzone.com if people want to get the purchase links. But we're not done, and we'll probably need to wrap it up with Emily soon because we have definitely monopolized her time. The director of premium seating, donor experience, and special events because Emily and I just have too much fun when we get to hang out together. Let me get a couple.
I'm still waiting to come to the studio, Paul.
That's you anytime. You show up and you're here. Okay. Let's see. This is I'm going to go to a text question real quick, and I think I know the answer, but texter says, will the general public still be able to use the restrooms in the Hartley Room during basketball games? And I'm going to say no, right?
No. Yes, you're correct. That is not going to be allowed this season.
Okay. And so anyone because in years past, anyone just show their pass or something, they could just roll in there and use the restroom and then come out. But you're not trying to be mean, but you're trying to create premium experiences for people who want the premium experience. Because there are some people who just want to get a ticket, show up, and go to a game. And then you have a lot of other people who maybe want to meet up with their friends, socialize, and do a lot of others. You're trying to create spaces around the Henderson Center for everybody, not just, hey, show up, sit down, watch the game, go home, have a great night. So that's what you're trying to create more of an entertainment destination, at different levels and different experiences for Herd fans.
Yeah, we just want to give something to everybody. And I will say one last thing before we move on from the Daily Sky Deck is we are going to do single game rentals, essentially. So if you want to bring your group or look at the schedule and say, oh, this game looks good, I'll get 30 of my friends to come together. We will be announcing that here shortly. Like we did that last season. So we're going to look to do that again this year. So if you're interested, send me an email and we can look at the calendar.
Okay. And then the basic stuff we probably already know, but Thunder tables, you've got opportunities there. That's $500 per seat. So if you want to have just maybe an elevated experience and you want to be so close to the action, you got the Thunder tables. I mean, you could possibly pair that up with the section right next to it.
Yeah, courtside.
Yeah, you could pair that up with the courtside. Get the Thunder table. Those are $500 per seat. And then you could maybe pair that up with the courtside lounge. I'm sure maybe people were thinking about that.
Yeah, totally.
And also, you've got additional courtside seating coming to the CAM. So, what's going on there? What can you tell us or tease about it?
Yeah. So the table that's been in the mid, like right at half court, we are relocating that, and then we did the math, and we could put. What we included, Andrew Brown told us how many we can fit. So just like the courtside lounge, he can do the measurements and figure it all out, something I lack in. But we all agreed we could do 5 additional courtside seats. And so there is going to be some additional courtside seats for this season, which we're going to do that similar to how we had done in the past, which fill out the interest form, get on the wait list, and then we'll go from there and see what that kind of looks like.
Okay, and that table we're talking about, I'm visualizing it for Herd fans. These are
so that's where like Steve Cotton and the radio, and then
Okay, so you're purchasing the Steve Cotton seat now, and that's going to probably be an elevated rate, and it should be if you're getting his seat.
Yeah, and right at midcourt. I mean, it's a great view. You can see both sides. You can see Corny cheering because we're never upset in the CAM. And so we're excited to kind of make some additional. The wait list has been long for a while, so get some people in there, get some new people, a good premium seat.
All right, so more to come, and I've got questions, but we'll save those for another day because, again, I don't want Andrew Brown coming up on the show next to kind of get mad at both of us. So lots happening. If people want to explore these options, they've got to go to the website and maybe fill out the form, or if they've got questions, give you a call, and your information's at herdzone.com. But what's the quickest way to get a hold of you if they want to just maybe directly speak to you?
Yeah, I mean, my email is my name, so it's Emily, EMILY, .Suter, SUTER, @marshall.edu. So just send me an email, and we'll make it happen. We'll get connected and talk through everything.
Emily Suter's joining us, the Director of Premium Seating, Donor Experience, and Special Events. Emily, I'm waiting for your in-studio appearance to show up, and we'll pull up a seat and make you feel welcome.
Just say the words, Paul. I'll be there. And
we're going to charge for the seat next to you so people can have that premium experience with you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, whatever we can do. We're all about the experience.
Look, Emily, you want to sell this? Okay, we'll need to coordinate with my bosses, but we want to sell some of these seats here. Maybe we can get on top of that over here.
Yeah, well, we can look into it.
All right, excellent, Emily. Thanks for doing it. Appreciate you as always.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
Text line 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texter says, "Go Bengals, fellow Steeler hater." Absolutely. More coming up on this edition of The Drive.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Going back to school is a big step, but you're not alone. At Collins Career Technical Center, your success is our success. From financial aid to career support, we're with you every step. You're part of a team of students on the same path, facing challenges together. And when it gets tough, we've got your back. Because when you succeed, our whole community gets stronger. Let's take the next step together. Visit collins-cc.edu to learn more. At Collins Career Technical Center, it's not just you, it's us.
Summer starts here. It's the Moses Auto Mall of Huntington 9th Street Live every Friday night in Huntington. Presented by Michelob Ultra, White Claw, Big Timber, and Country Boy Brewing. Friday, August 14th, it's Marshall University Night, featuring the Marshall University Thundering Herd Rally with Madhouse. The Little Caesars Kids Zone is back, and Go Mart Happy Hour starts at 5. Enjoy 9th Street libations from the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe, Sip Downtown Brasserie, and Summit Beer Station, featuring Tito's, Milagro Tequila, Rebel Bourbon, High Noon, and Lucky One. The after-show party takes place at Jerks at Woolman Square. Mark your calendar for August 21st for Cruise Avenue and August 28th with The Chase. Sponsored by Wendy's, Huntington Beverage Center, Sods, Apex Tech, The Great Outdoors Marine, Village Caregiving, Thoroughbred Express Wash, the City of Huntington, Marshall University, Blanco Glass Company, Marshall Health Network Arena, and Kendrick Communications.
Serving my country required sacrifice. Sacrifice that changed my life forever. I remember the day I came home. Because of my injuries, this house wasn't right for me anymore. I remember the narrow doorways, the small bathrooms, the shelves out of reach when in my wheelchair. Every day was full of obstacles. I felt trapped. I remember a better day, the day my family received a specially adapted custom home from Homes for Our Troops. That day changed everything. Now we have a safe and accessible home to enjoy the freedom I fought for. This place, our home, is exactly what we needed to rebuild our lives.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Oh, hi. Do you know what this is the sound of? It's the sound of me getting rewarded for doing my part to prevent wildfires. See, Right now, I'm getting a big, remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. And now we're shaking. Okay. First, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. Hey, Smokey, let me down for just a second. I need to make sure everyone can hear this. There we go. Then, when we were packing up to leave, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, and then made sure to feel it if it was cold. Oh, Smokey Bear really loves it when you do that, don't you, Smokey? Oh, he lets his hugs do the talking. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, this is Dave Wilson, host of Metro News Talkline, and you're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Thank you, Dave. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, 10:06, it is Metro News Talkline right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. We took advantage of Emily's time to the maximum. We're going to have to probably take a quick time out. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Get those texts in now. We're going to rapid fire them when we continue. But we've got to take one quick time out to catch up, or management's not going to be happy with me. We got to pay for the program after all. That is what we'll do when we continue. Quick one, then we will wrap it up on this edition of The Drive.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Life is full of twists and turns. Make sure you're protected with Partners Insurance and Financial Services. From home and auto to life and business insurance, we're here to help you plan, protect, and prosper. Our experienced team works with top providers to find the coverage that fits your life and your budget. And when it comes to your financial future, we're right there with you every step of the way. Partners Insurance and Financial Services, your partner in peace of mind. Call or visit us online today. Let's build your future together. Search Partners Insurance and Financial Services.
Looking for more than just a job? Build a career with C.J. Hughes Construction in Huntington, West Virginia. For more than 80 years, C.J. Hughes has been building the infrastructure that keeps our communities moving. And now they're looking for great people to join the team. They're hiring CDL dump truck drivers, Class A starting at $26.50 an hour and Class B at $23.50. They also have openings for heavy equipment operators, laborers, servicemen, and fusion professionals, pipe layers, and flaggers with competitive pay based on your position and experience. If you're reliable, have a strong work ethic, a valid driver's license, can pass a pre-employment drug screen, have a clean background, and are willing to travel, they want to hear from you. Enjoy competitive pay, medical, dental, and vision insurance, a company match 401k, paid vacation, and opportunities to grow your career. Apply today at cjhughes.com or call 304-522-3868. That's cjhughes.com or 304-522-3868. CJ Hughes Construction, safety, quality, production.
You're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Thanks for being a part of today's edition of The Drive. We're wrapping this one up. Our text line's open, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Couple of texts that come in, a little bit about the Hartley Room. Texter writes in and says, while I understand the need to generate revenue, this might disappoint a lot of Herd fans who haven't paid to get into the Hartley Room. I appreciate the text. I get it. I get it because this is going to be an added expense. If that's something you did earlier, you go to the Herd games and you have access to the Hartley Room and you would go in. And it's going to be a different experience. And I get it. At the same time, Marshall's creating different uses for these spaces. And the Hartley Room can probably be used for different kinds of events, meetings, birthdays, I mean, you want to have your birthday at the Hartley Room, they probably get a price point for everybody. And so if you're going to the Herd game and you get there early and you want to take advantage of this, you get on board with that. I think the courtside seats are probably going to be more popular with just general audiences, just crowd. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you got a family of 4 and you want to do something a little cool. You get those, if you can get those Thunder tables and then you put that on top of the courtside lounge, you've got something that's really cool. Your kids can hang out there with you. You can cheer on the team as they hit the court, and then you'll make your way to your seat. But it's an opportunity for you to, depending on what your finances are, add a little flavor to the experience. Or you look at it and go, hey, we're just going to keep our regular seats, but we're going to go hang out. We're going to get to the game a couple hours early, right? Before we get off work, maybe pick up the kids. Let's go down to the game, and we can hang out there. We can get hot dogs and a couple other things, and we'll make an early night of it. Take care of the kids, and then go to our seat, watch the game, and go home. I mean, you could think of it that way. I mean, there's lots of ways to mix and match some of these experiences, and I remember when Lee Moon came in, and he ruffled a lot of feathers because he put some value on the ticket. Because before, these things were being handed out like candy. So he put some value on it, and I get it. Price adjustments are going to be hard for some, but I figure these seem like, for a lot of people, these seems like elevated experiences, and it might not be for everyone. I mean, if it's going to be a different experience than just hanging out in the Hartley Room, I mean, it might be worth it for you. I appreciate Emily. Have a great night.
WRBC Huntington, W227BS Huntington, your flagship home of the Marshall Thundering Herd and The Drive with Paul Swann, ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.